everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Stassi. Thank you so much for being here today. I have Faye for the third time in the studio today. So thank you so much for being here today.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh. No, thank you for being here. And thank you for being so accommodating. We were supposed to do this last week, but so me and my fiance, I almost call him my boyfriend because that's how brainless I am today. So last week, it was last week, we were just going to do our interview, but I was like, you know what, Jason, let's have this fun date night. Like, let's do this. I was at my local grocery store and they had this advent calendar of hot sauces. And it was like $5 because no one had wanted it. It was left on the shelf. I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. I love hot ones. This is great. So we did, we made a chicken nuggies. We had 12 different hot sauces and it was going good. And then we had this most disgusting hot sauce I'd ever tasted in my life. And we're like, you know what? Let's just keep going. It's fine. 3 hours in of eating chicken nuggets, because that's how long it takes to get through 12 sauces and you rating them and talking about them. I woke up at 4 a.m. needing to hug a toilet for most of the day. So thank you for accommodating that. I don't know if I would ever do a hot challenge again, because the last one, oh my God, I was sweating and I love hot food. Like I could just eat hot food all day long. But the last one was like extra hot, the bomb suicide. It was so hot. And I was just like, I swear I could hear colors. Like I was literally just like, I was looking because with that moment, in that music with the beat and stuff, when the beat drops, that was that moment when it hit my taste buds. I was like, and I literally took hot, I had my hot tongue in chocolate milk because that's the only type of milk I can drink. And I just did this for 5 to 10 minutes. I was like,
oh my goodness.
I know.
We're Caribbean, so I love hot food. My poor husband, though, he loves it, but it's the cutest thing ever. He eats hot stuff and he starts sweating. It's so cute. He'd probably be mad that I'm telling people that, but it's adorable to me.
It is so adorable. Also, Caribbean food that is hot. That's pure. Because I love jerk chicken. And I'm like, I want Caribbean jerk chicken. I don't want this Canadian jerk chicken. I want Caribbean. I want to be crying while I'm eating it, because the thing with jerk, it's actually really nice flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I don't want spicy to say I ate something spicy. That's dumb. I want to have spicy but good flavor.
Yeah.
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 Anyways, fun segues. I feel like we've just set up this interview to see how it's going to go. Segue after segue. But I want to hear, again, I know your simming history, but for anybody who's tuning in for the first time, I'd love to hear your simming history. So when you started playing Sims, and what is your favorite aspect of playing?
Okay, well, Grandma Faye will go ahead and tell you all a tale of whimsy and wonder of how she started playing The Sims. Well, it all began. No, I'm just joking. But I have been playing Sims for a long time. I actually, after the second time that we talked on a round table, mm-hmm. I remembered that I'd actually been playing since Sims 1. Not long Sims 1, but I had memories. I had to ask myself, is this like a Mandela effect thing where I'm remembering something that may not? No, it's real memories of just how pixelated it was. And we had the box computer. It was like the first computer that my mom had bought home to the house. I am an older millennial, so just tell people that I am 35. So there is a long history. Sims has been one of the games that I have consistently played throughout my childhood and my adulthood. And so Sims 1, but I have fond memories of Sims 2, the chaos that is Sims 2, and then Sims 3. Oh gosh, bought that at launch and loved it. My favorite aspect of playing The Sims is I'm a writer. So outside of, I've always written, even when I was in school doing contests, fiction, and I love the aspect. And then I'm also a kind of a perfectionist. And so I like the sandbox. I can create my own world aspect. I don't know if anybody out there has maybe watched American Dad. And there's this episode where Stan is having real bad anxiety. And so he starts making miniatures and then he shrinks the family down. And this psychiatrist is like, well, Stan, it's your need to control. It might be a little bit of that that's involved with me playing The Sims. Just the idea that you can create the story, that you can create these characters, and you can choose. Back in the day, I would have the perfect life. Motherlode and Rosebud was my thing. We're going to be fabulous. We're going to have all kinds of cars and the perfect family. As I have gotten older and more mature, I played a game a little bit more for realism, to tell real stories within the parameters of the game. And so that is what I like about it. I love how you can mod the game as well. I almost have to mod my game to play a game and have characters that are representative of myself and my experiences. And of course, to add the gameplay aspect of it. But my favorite aspect of playing a game is the stories, and how the story that you create and how that interacts with the AI and what kind of chaos that adds. So, yeah, I think that I may have covered my favorite.
Oh my God. Okay. There's so much to unpack there. Welcome to the club of OG Simmers. We meet on Fridays and we talk about how life was good in the good old days. I'm an OG Simmer. The Sims Up this week posted a photo. So it's been 19 years since The Sims 2 was on PlayStation. And I shared it as well. And a couple of people messaged me. They're like, Stas, I wasn't alive. Like, what? Like, I'm like, what?
So it doesn't make it any less valid. Okay?
No, it's just more like, oh my God, I'm old. Okay, I have to tell you something. And like, this blew my mind this week. It has nothing to do with Sims. We've talked in lengths about, trying for a kid and all this stuff. My coworker's pregnant. And she comes into my office and is like, hey, I have to tell you something, and it's going to make you feel really old. I'm like, shoot, you can't make me feel any worse than I am already. So like, let's just lay this out. So if you have a child this year, like if you like in the 2022s, your child will graduate high school in 2040.
Jeez.
Right? I'm like, I was born in 1993 and this child is going to be graduating high school in 2040. Oh my God. I would be 48 years old. Oh my God. Ugh. Oh my, right?
Look, when I was younger, I would always say, I don't want to have kids until I'm in my 30s. And I meant that, I wanted to be, first it was 33. And then by the time I graduated high school, I said, no, 35. Mm-hmm. So I just felt like I'm okay being an older parent. I'll be fine with that. I wanted to be well-lived and emotionally able to offer a healthy upbringing for my child. And I knew me as a younger parent, and I was totally right about that. If I had been a younger parent, oh man, it would have been a train wreck. Years of therapy ahead for that child, years of it. But, think about this. Our parents probably felt the same way back in, I'm an 80s baby. So like back in the 80s, like, oh man, like my dad, I call him old man now. My dad's like 54 or something like that. I'm like, oh, old man. But, it's all fun and games, but whatever. Kids, y'all weren't alive when that happened. Well, welcome. Yes. Welcome to the we played outside also.
Right. No, I totally agree with you. Like it's crazy to think about. What's also crazy to think about is mods. I did a Simmer Spotlight a couple weeks ago, and they were talking to me about all the mods that they use. And it blew my mind. Like I didn't know that there was a dentist mod that can turn your teeth yellow. So you have to brush your teeth every day to make sure your teeth don't go yellow.
There's some aspects of realism I just don't want in my game. So I tried that mod out and I was like, this is too much.
I totally agree with you. I also just learned, and I feel like a noob for saying this out loud, I did not know you could take your shoes off.
okay, don't feel bad, but I kept seeing people do that in their gameplay. And I said, how are they doing that? I thought that it was a mod and it's an actual object in the game.
Yes, it's an actual object. She's like, yes, it's not. Like, yeah, I take the shoes off. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, you just take the shoes off. And it breaks my game because my game is broken. I'm like, the mod is broken? And she's like, no, the game is broken. I'm like, I'm sorry, you can take your shoes off in The Sims, and that's normal. And she's like, well, yeah, you just click on the shoe. I was like, what? So there was a part of me, sorry, Sims Logan, that I didn't believe her. So again, love you, Sims Logan. So I did it this week, and it works.
Yeah. I was wondering, I said, well, my Sims are only taking off their shoes when they go on vacation in Mount Komorebi. I would love for that to happen in my regular house. And I was too ashamed to tell anybody that I didn't notice.
Okay, Faye, we can be ashamed together. We've been playing this game for a long. Still, this game can still teach us new tricks. I swear. All I would do is I would just go to the, shift and click on them and just say mod the cast. And I would just go in and just take the shoes off. Or if I had to set the scene, she just wasn't wearing shoes beforehand. Like, that's literally just how I did it. And now I'm like, it's just a button.
So can I share something else that they're really going to be like, oh, Lord, she really is Grandma Faye. Get off the game altogether.
Let's go.
It was last year when I realized that there were 5 outfit slots per category.
Girl, okay, I got you. The only reason how I knew there was 5 is because Kelsey and Peach K for the 100 baby. Chelsea always had 5 outfits to choose from. That was the only reason I knew you could go to the top and change to 5. Because that wasn't around when in the original.
I thought it was witchcraft. I was like, I said, what witchcraft is this? Oh man.
Oh my God. Okay. Speaking of witchcraft, my favorite topic to talk about is EA, because agreed. EA has released its Q1 roadmap to what The Sims is going to do in the first quarter of 2022. We know that there is confirmed a wedding pack coming out. We know there is a Fiesta kit coming out on February 3rd. We have another surprise kit coming out. They're introducing more international food and much more.
Yes.
It's literally just and much more and surprises. I kind of don't want any more surprises from EA because it's just going to be kits. And yeah. I want to hear your thoughts. I'm so sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. Is it bad that I'm just tired of EA selling us like the scraps that they didn't include in the packs and calling it a kit? Okay, that's pessimist, Faye. I will go ahead. I'll let you know what I think. Okay. The wedding, out of everything that I heard announced, I like the international foods and the international aspect that they're introducing. Mm-hmm. And I really did like the weddings because weddings are so broken in the game. I was in Bougie Chloe's Discord and we were sharing our horror tales of having to plan weddings in the game. And I was just like, look, it is when a dumpster fire and a train wreck meets, that is weddings in my game. If it is not everybody, no one paying attention, I like to buy fireworks to celebrate, the wedding. They're launching the fireworks over there in the background, or a wild orgy breaks out. I don't care how I set my Wicked Whim settings. It does not matter. There's going to be a blur over there in the side somewhere halfway through. It wouldn't be a ratchet wedding if it didn't happen. But I love the weddings idea because I think that's something that the community outside of generations has been asking for a lot. So I hope that as they introduce that they fix it so that the NPCs, when they recognize that we're at the arch, that they come and they sit down. Mm-hmm. If they don't do that, throw the whole pack away. That's the only thing that I want. Okay. I just want them to come and sit at the arch. As far I'm really over kits. I understand that kits are necessary. Okay, so as a PC player, let me say this. they are unnecessary for me. But it is because I have the option of modding my game. So if I don't get Max's match, I can do Max's match. I can do alpha. The world is my oyster as a PC player. But there are a lot of console players. So I understand that they're saying, oh, we're introducing kits, for our console players. They still don't really seem worth the money for me. If this is what you're releasing for your console players to keep them placated with the game and keep them happy, they should have a little more oomph behind them. And I don't think that the kits are going to do that. I also hate the fact that they're using kits to bring diversity into the game. And I kind of see that as let me just pat y'all on the shoulder. Oh, you've been crying about the diversity. You can't represent yourself within your game. Sorry, here's this kit, and so that's my thought on it. I always remain skeptical of EA because, where I heard before, you can't spell steal without EA. So I'm always kind of looking at them, giving them the side eye. I always think that it's about the money. But if the wedding kit, if they can execute that and it's not broken when we buy it, then I may, I may chill a little bit. I may apologize for all the bad that I've said about them.
Oh my God. Okay. There's a lot to unpack in that statement.
Stassi, are you not used to this with me yet?
I swear every time I'm going to ask you a question, I'm like, that's a lot to unpack.
There's always a lot to
unpack. It's three times lots to unpack. No, I totally agree with you. I was actually going to make a wedding video of talking about look, I dropped this. I am the opposite of excited for anything coming out. I don't think they're going to do anything great for weddings. I'm spoiled with CC. Sorry. There's no way that they can get wedding dresses to look exactly like they do with CC. What people are actually begging for, which is fascinating, are better engagement rings and better wedding bands. I'm like, CC. I didn't even think about the art, actually people coming to the arbor because I haven't married one of my Sims off in years. So I forget that that's an actual problem. I definitely think they're going to let us down. I think they're just going to add a couple new arbors, maybe a bouquet, some more wedding outfits, maybe some bridesmaids dresses, some groom's dresses, I just kind of that stuff. But you're right. It is for console players. Our good friend Sassmouth, I know she is begging for that because if you're just playing console with weddings by whatever EA gives you, I'm so sorry for that. That's awful.
That hot trash.
It is such hot trash. I just can't. When it comes to kits, I put a poll out the day it came out. I was like, who's excited for this kit and who wants horses? And you know what? People said that they were excited for this kit. I did not expect that. I'm happy to see that they are, putting more diverse pack or stuff into the game. But you're right. It's a kit. It's to me, it's a throwaway. Mm-hmm. To me, that's what it is. It's just let's just get them what they want, get them off their backs, and we'll continue to make this weight content because that's what our bread and butter is. I definitely think that we should see more stuff coming through.
Yeah. And then not to interrupt you. Well, sorry to interrupt you.
No, that's okay.
But the thing that I noticed as a longtime Sims player is that some of the things that are being included in the kits were in previous iterations of the game.
Yeah.
And so it makes me feel some type of way. Do you think that we don't remember? We remember. Okay. We remember that this was something that was offered as part of an expansion pack. Now, as far as the diversity is concerned, bring the Fiesta. Recently, they did the update to the game where we got the Hanbok and the more Korean flavored items to put into our games. Those things are new, but a lot of times if you do a little bit of research, a little bit of digging, you find that some of those items that they're putting in the kits have existed and even as recent as a Sims 3. Mm-hmm. And they can do that and get over on the younger players, the younger generation of players that are coming to the game But those who have been around for a while, you're not hiding anything. We know.
No, well, that's exactly what we know. Okay, like how many iterations of university have there been? How many iterations of vacation have there been? Making magic. Like it's literally just carbon copies of like the previous games. Like I'm a big thing. Not only are Sims copying from other like iterations of the game, they're copying from the same versions of Sims 4. My biggest complaint I had with Cottage Living and the Country Kitchen Living Pack, it's the same items, just reskinned. And I was pissed. I was like, this is what? Like what are
But
like,
you
what
can
are you
download
doing?
Harry and Felixander's Organic CC kit if you are playing on PC. Mm-hmm. And it was a wonderful CC pack for English countryside building if you're a builder. Better than what EA offered. I think that what people were excited about was that there was a world that was not an American, it's so American inspired.
Yes.
Because people play from all over the world. And so they want to be able to see themselves reflected in the game if that's how they're choosing to play it. So
no, I totally agree. I mean, we talked about this in the Sims 5 roundtable, where we want to see more diversity in the Sims 5. We know they're working on a new expansion pack. People think it is Generations. Do you think it's going to be Generations? Or do you think EA is just going to let us down and just do like another throwaway $60 generic pack?
Hell to the no, I don't think they're going to give us Generations. No, okay. If I am wrong, I will publicly apologize. I will go on my Instagram and I will publicly apologize, for being wrong. I don't think so. I think it's going to be something. I don't know what it's going to be, but we have been asking EA for this thing. Like, please give us your money. Give us your money. I have a feeling it's going to be something kind of music related, or something that expands on get together and like clubs where you can something that they already have established in the game, that they can expand gameplay on and like give us another world. That's what I think they're going to do.
That's actually funny. That's actually super funny you say that. I'm sorry. I feel like we're going to keep cutting each other off and lots of things to unpack. I think what we're going to see is expansions on expansions. Moving forward, I think EA really was happy with the success of the Spa Day refresh. That pack was one of the most downloaded at the time when it was refreshed. And I think you could absolutely see EA refreshing older expansion packs such as Get to Work and Get Together. I hope they don't. Like, honestly, like I understand you want to get new players who didn't play The Sims 4 because they were 5 when it came out, and now that they're able to do this stuff, like I feel like at this point let's just wrap up Sims 4. Let's put it on the shelf. It's been a nice run, because all they're going to keep doing is, it's already been proven, like how many stupid kits have come out. Like there's literally just been kit after kit after kit after kit. Instead of working on like all these like little kits to get more money, let's maybe do other things for like The Sims.
And what I would really love to see is that because the game is a server, you can download from the gallery, different things like that. I would really love to see them push out updates, I want to see more refreshes, but not for every pack. I would like to see them, especially Dine Out. I think the packs that are most integral to how people are playing their game and what they're using in their game, those packs should definitely be refreshed, because it takes a whole day to eat in a restaurant if you get your food. The one time my restaurant worked the way it was supposed to, a sim died, my date died. I knew everything was going too well. It's like, oh, girl, you brought the food out in 30 minutes, 37 minutes. Oh my gosh. And then he died of hysteria because it was a joke. So I would love to see that. I also would like to see them, I guess, push out, they could add another world, right? That is, maybe it's only accessible if you're going to play online, something like that. I mean, these are just ideas. I'm not a computer engineer. I don't know how it works, but it's just a thought, And I really would love to see them collaborate more with creators, pay them, but collaborate more with content creators in the community to make stuff that we actually want, make items and objects that we actually want in the game. They could also push out an update to make babies, not objects. I don't know. EA, that's what we're paying you guys for when we buy the game. These are just thoughts, but it really leaves a lot to be desired. And what I'm afraid of is we know based on rumors that they're working on The Sims 5 that is in development. And they're not just boundless rumors. They are, through job postings that EA is posting, Maxis is posting, that they're working on Sims 5. They cannot bring us the Sims 5 half constructed. No. If a Sims 5 comes and it's missing features the way the Sims 4 was missing at launch, they will probably lose a lot of players. They will lose a lot of players.
I agree, because who's buying Sims 5? Are you buying Sims 5 the day it comes out?
No, I know better than that.
well, me too. I'm not buying Sims 5 the day it comes out. Who's going to buy it? You have wannabe influencers that want to get on the jump. You have EA game changers that are obviously going to have it beforehand, but that's it. Like Sims, like people who are playing The Sims 4 at this point are not done making, like done with The Sims 4. I don't want EA to make any more Sims 4 content. Like, honestly, like, I feel like we're good with expansions, no more expansions. I feel like we're good with stuff packs as well. Like maybe game packs and just X kits. Just no more kits. Like goodbye to kits. Like honestly, wake me up the next time something that comes out that's not a kit. Is how I kind of feel right now.
Especially because they're not affordable for everybody. So in the United States, kits are what, $2.99, $3.99, something like that. I don't know. The only kit that I got bamboozled into buying was that industrial kit, and it was because of the window. And that was a whole thing.
Yeah. What happened with the window? Like I was away for business and I saw this come through because somebody picked it up. Like the window wasn't actually part of it or something.
They advertised a window that looked a nice industrial style window that was unlike anything that we had in the game. And the window was not in the game. In fact, it looked like they combined two windows from like the Moschino pack to make this one window. Most people bought the pack because of that window, bought the kit because of that window. And that's what the big controversy was. Is that they lied. They lied about what we were getting. I mean, they deceived us into what we were getting. And I told myself, see, this is what you get. You told yourself, you said you weren't going to buy a kit, and look at it. But the problem is, while they are cheap in the US, I throw $3 at Starbucks, so that's nothing. But in other countries where USD, translates, into a higher dollar amount, those kits aren't cheap. And I didn't realize that the game costs different based on what country you're in. And it's, it's one of those things, like just when you're an American, that you don't think about that all the time. Sorry, sometimes it's how we are. But when I thought about that, as upset as I am about my money, if I was spending $7, $8 on a kit that gave me 5 items, and the item I wanted, it wasn't even included in the kit, like I would definitely be upset.
Oh my gosh. We've talked in great lengths with the prices in Canada versus the price in the States. So fun fact. So at Christmas, I got very piss-faced drunk, as one does. And I was like, I'm going to buy a kit. And just to fucking piss off Sims, I'm going to do it. And I said this to my future in-laws, and they're like, who cares? Like, is this your Sim stuff? Like, it's fine. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put a poll out. So I put a poll out for which one. People were DMing me, making sure I was okay. Because, like, if anybody knows me, I hate kits. I was like, I'm fine. I just want to buy a kit because I can. And I did. I bought the Green Life one. whatever it's called.
Oh, what, the Blooming Room?
The Blooming Room. Yeah, I have no memory of actually. Well, that the video is coming out beforehand. I made a video talking about like I got drunk, bought this, got even more drunk, made a room for it. Because like I was just sitting there. I'm like, I woke up and I was like, what the hell did I do last night? My fiance's like, well, you bought a kit. I was like, no, I didn't. I would never do that. He's like, no, you bought a kit. I was like, no. And I go on to Origin. I'm like, oh my God, I did. I see the invoice. Well, which one did I at least get a good one? I did. I got the Blooming kit. And I sat there and I was like, oh, life choice. So I opened up my game. I saw it. I'm like, this was not worth $8. The vodka I was drinking was worth $8. This kit was not worth $8. And I still stand by that. And I say that in the video, like, I'm sorry, like I had fun building it, but I'm never going to use these items again. I just basically just did an 8-time, one-time buy, like a one-time play. And it was so annoying. Anyways, kits are for console players, not for us. We have CC. Thank the Lord. I couldn't play my game without CC or mods. I know you feel the same way. I think this is a perfect time to talk about what you are working on in The Sims. So, Faye, why don't you share what you're working on?
Ooh, okay. So, I have a couple of different things going on, but on my channel, I was initially doing Not So Berry on my channel, and I've discontinued Not So Berry. Really just because I didn't feel the passion behind it anymore. Mm-hmm. I am, like I was telling you, I write. And so I felt more in my personal gameplay, the things that bring me joy are the storylines that I create, the Sims and the characters that I create. And I wanted to bring that to the community. So any OG players may remember the Sims Exchange. On the Sims Exchange, I would be in school and I would go online like during lunchtime or something like that, or when I'm supposed to be doing classwork, be on the Sims Exchange. And there was a segment of people that would write stories. Now they do it on Tumblr or, on IG, but they would write stories and they'd have screenshots from their game. Don't know how they were doing that back then. That's a mystery to me, and underneath it would be the story. And so I would get really caught up in these characters. And so that is what I'm bringing to my channel. I'm doing a storyline driven LP based on a short story that I wrote. It's going to heavily be using Get Famous, the Get Famous pack. There's drama, there's intrigue, there are interpersonal relationships, love, all kinds of things that I'm bringing into the story. And we'll be following about 7 different Sims because I play with multiple households. So we'll be following these different households. And a lot of them are interconnected. Mm-hmm. So we'll get to see that. And then what I'm bringing to Instagram is the story behind it. So you'll get to see me play out the storyline and gameplay, but then actually what I have written as far as the prose and the narrative goes, you can read that and see these characters there. So that's one thing I'm working on my channel. I have another LP that I'm bringing from my old Twitch. I can't stream on Twitch right now until I get a new PC because my poor PC just huffs and puffs when I'm streaming, like it's running a marathon. So I just don't want to take any chances. But when Dream Home Decorator came out, mm-hmm. I was doing a stream called Dream Home Arsonist, where the decorator, she's a klepto. And this is how I created this character because Dream Home Decorator was broken. And out of EA's brokenness came ingenuity. Okay. So there was a glitch where I don't even really think it was a glitch, but you could do all the parameters of the job, but they would still say, oh, I didn't like it. And if they didn't like it, then you wouldn't get paid. Well, I'm not going to work all day and you're not going to pay me. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to take it out your house. So I made my sim a kleptomaniac. And so she would steal items if they didn't pay her for her job, or if the game glitched out and you couldn't complete the job, then she would just steal something from their house. But where she became an arsonist is that she's very feisty, very sassy. And so she was trying to find love. And a lot of, some of the male Sims, they are like very unfaithful. Mm-hmm. And so she was dating, who was Moira's husband? Dominic.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
She didn't know he was married. I knew. Didn't know he was married. And so he invites her in the game, invites her to his house. And when we arrive on the lot, he is busting down with Moira in the living room. And so I was mad. She was so mad. I was mad for her. And so I was like, well, we had just done a renovation. That's how she met him. We're going to burn the house down. And so we burnt the house down. And so I have like an actual screenshot from that old gameplay with the house on fire, Moira, Soyban, Dominic, everybody's outside panicking. And my Sim was standing there. She looked like, yeah, and I'll do it again too. All the other Sims are panicking. She is not panicking at all. And so, yes, I'm bringing that chaotic gameplay to the channel. And so you get to see her story, how she became this kind of person, and hopefully, find love. And if not, we're going to burn some houses down.
Oh my God. That's absolutely amazing. I like that. See, that's not, like, I hear people say, like, I want The Sims to bring back drama. I don't think this EA can come up with the drama as us creators come up with drama. Like, I'm sorry, like, they're not that inventive. I love your idea, your Let's Plays. The reason I like them is the issue I have with some Let's Plays. It's just the same storyline told by the different creators trying to do the same thing, but your LPs are different. And I like that because it's not a cookie cutter story. And I like that about that. So I cannot wait to check them out. They're going to be on your YouTube channel, correct?
Yes, they will be on my YouTube channel. The actual first episode of Dream Home Arsonist has been filmed, and that should be available within a week. I'm working on the editing process right now. So that should be available this month within the week. And so when it does go live, I'll be putting that on my Instagram channel. So on my Instagram page. So follow me on Instagram so you can know when it goes live.
Yes. No, we're going to have links below and we'll share your links closer to the end. But yeah, I'm excited to that. I know as well you're working on 2 interviewing series. I'd love to hear more about that.
Yes. So the other thing that I love to do is to talk to people. And it's just a combination of 2 things that I'm passionate about and 2 things that I noticed. So again, there's a robust community of storytellers out there, and I'm interested in getting to know them. So my first interview series is called Sim Storytellers. And I just want to meet people, whether you write a story on Tumblr, whether it's comic stylists on Instagram, wherever you're posting and telling your story using your game. I just wanted to talk to them, find out, do you write outside of the game? Hear your story. It's just really a fun conversation where 2 writers, myself and another writer, we just get to talk to each other. And it's in that creative process of sharing, we share our ideas and we talk about these things. It may open up ingenuity where you come up with another idea that you didn't even think of, but also to shine a light on this part of the community, because we talk a lot about LPs. I don't think that we talk so much about the people who write for the community and the time that it takes to put those comic strips together, the time it takes to take the perfect screenshots in your game. And so I do have, my first interview for that series done, and that goes live the first week of February. And so I'm very excited about that. The other series that I'm working on is you all can see off my glorious chocolate skin, so you know that I'm a person of color. But we've talked at length in talking about mods, how if you are a person of color, whether you are African American or, wherever you come from, if you are Asian, regardless, if you are brown, you almost cannot play your game unmodded. It is you almost have to, especially if you want to play for realism. The thing that irks me the most is they did a skin update, but the skin tones still look purple and orange and gray. And I don't like my Sims looking casket ready. So I don't like the fact that if I had to make, when I have my sim self in my game, and I play it in my personal gameplay, but like she pops up from time to time as a sim on another little thing that I kind of do on Reels, but it's also on my channel anyway. But I had to find my hair. Locks are a very normal hairstyle for people of color. I had to get a mod to have my own hair in the game. And so this series is called Simming for the Culture. And I want to talk to people of color, to all the brown folks out there, talk to you about how you play your game, whether, or if you are a mod creator for the game, you know, what got you into that? Where did you see would be like your niche, and why you started, and just why you started doing it, and what your feelings are about diversity in the Sims. Or we could kick it, joke around, because I like the joke, and talk about some of these issues, and even how just really how we want more representation in the game. So yeah, those are my 2 interview series.
Faye, you have so much stuff working on. That's amazing. I'm very excited for all your Let's Plays. I'm very excited for your interviewing series. We were talking before we started, like, I want to see more people being interviewed. That's not just me doing it. Everyone deserves a moment in the sun. And I definitely think POC simmers need that as well, because I don't understand how sometimes you need the mods to make you look like yourself. I've never needed that. Anytime I've ever made a sim, it looks like me, just a lot skinnier and prettier. But
and even just the thought, one of my favorite mod creators is a mod creator named Mother Simma, and I support her Patreon. And she doesn't do like, you know, hair or anything. She does traits, even just so that your Sims act more like you, act more cultural. There's a robust community of, I'll speak for Black simmers. There's a robust community of Black simmers out there. I'm a part of one on Facebook, has like over, oh my gosh, like, I mean, maybe 20, 30,000 people that are a part of it. And we go in there, people share their gameplay. Everybody's game is modded to the teeth, just so that they can have, if you have gameplay that is representative of how they live their day-to-day life, but, you know, with a little more salt on it. But Mother Simma, like, she does custom traits that have, so that your Sims are more, you can have Sims that are more, urban. She has a whole, like, she has a mod. She has a mod called the Siga mod. I love some of the buffs and things like that are included in this mod are hilarious, but it's representative of if I was with my cousins or I'm with my friends and we're having these conversations or we have these interactions, this is how we would talk. This is how we would act. And it just adds more depth to the gameplay. So it's not just in lacking in appearance, for simmers of color, but even in like just the culture. It's just seriously, somehow the game is seasoned and unseasoned at the same time. I don't know. For us. And so that is really what the interview series is about. Like, we share mods and not, not actually share the files, but what mods are you using? Yeah. Why did you use that mod? Why did you feel it was necessary? And hopefully somebody at EA who's watching would see, like, there are a lot of people. This is something that is a desire for a lot of people. Even some of the holidays that are built into the game. Can we have Juneteenth? It's a thing. I know that they have Kwanzaa, but yeah, lunar Chinese New Year. Yeah. Like, these are things. I have 2 pages worth of holidays that I put onto my game calendar that should just be there already.
No, I totally agree. Like, I learned a lot about Orthodox religion because my fiance is Orthodox Macedonian. And I didn't know they celebrate Christmas on a different day. I had no idea. I didn't know it wasn't talked about. No, like I think we need to start, everybody is different. Everyone comes from different walks of life and everybody wants to see themselves in The Sims. That's literally what the game is about, is to make yourself or anybody and to be able to have accurate representation instead of it just being not the right, skin colors or not the right hair or half-ass measures. Right.
Yeah.
I love this. I'm very excited for everything. I'm very excited for the Story Writer series. I'm a little biased to that one. I want to ask you this, writer to writer.
Yeah.
What is your secret to writing a successful story?
It has to be a story that you care about. Mm-hmm. Whatever story you're trying to tell, you should care about it. My other secret is you have to have a really good antagonist. You need to have an antagonist that you can defend. I have an antagonist and I'm working on a book. And in the book that I'm working on, I hate him, but I will defend him too. It's like I understand him. Mm-hmm. He's not bad just for the sake of being bad, but there's depth there. So write something that you care about, whatever that story is. You have to care about it and be passionate about it and have a great bad guy.
I love that. That's a good answer. Definitely a good bad guy. I will say I like writing for my bad guy the best.
Yes.
He's just so much fun to write for because he's so bad, but like at the same time, like he can also be good. Yes. Anyways, Faye, it's an absolute pleasure. Where can we find everything? Please let us know.
Okay, so as you see in my background, that is my YouTube banner, Faye B. Simon. It's backwards. You know what it's saying. But I am on YouTube, Faye B. Simon. You can also find me on Instagram, Faye B. Simon YT, where I post screenshots from my gameplay. Sometimes I post little video snippets of my gameplay as well, or little sneak peeks of videos that I'm working on. And I'm over on Twitch, Faye B. Simon YT on Twitch. I mean, Twitch is there. I'm barely there, but I primarily, what is the word I'm looking for? Jeez, y'all gonna figure out my memory's trash. Anyway, I primarily interact on Instagram. So you can definitely find me there. And so, yeah. And Stassi, thank you for having me so much. I had so much fun.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for being here today. I feel like our friendship has grown. I'm so happy that you joined my roundtable a couple months ago and now we've become good friends. So Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you. You've grown so much since I've met you and I cannot wait to see what this year holds for you. It's been an absolute pleasure. Please, everyone, go check out what Faye B. Simmons has been working on. All the links are going to be below. Please check out her Let's Play. It sounds awesome. Anyways, Faye, it has been an absolute pleasure. You are welcome back anytime. I would love to hear when you get to the middle of your Let's Play, if you just want to come back and sit and talk about that, I would be more than happy to shoot the shit with you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Perfect. Well, anyways, you have a great rest of your night, okay?
Okay. You too. Thank you.
You are very, very welcome.